I received a request for a session in Atlanta today, and I want to talk to you about what this looks like to ask for me to travel to you. I'm Janet Trevino. I live in San Antonio, Texas. Actually, no, Texas. Sure, just like, hey, this is where I'm at, in case you need a visual. And that's in the United States. And if you're thinking, wow, I just need her to come to me. I can't go to Texas. I can't travel. It'd be so much easier if she just came to my city, my state. Why not ask, right? And so I did. I received a request, and I realized that this information isn't out there, and this is a way for you to figure out if this is accessible for you. So, I guess as I live in Texas, I am near an international airport. I'm happy to travel. It's one of the things I love doing. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. I love exploring new places. I enjoy hotels. I just really enjoy that whole process. And so I'm here, let me know if this works for you, for me to come to you. The problem is, though, that I also need to get paid, right? This is my business. This is something that I enjoy doing, and I also need to make it worth my while to leave family, to leave my life here, to leave my bed, to come to sleep in some other bed. So let's break it down. First of all, my sessions, right? So I do have an hourly rate that starts at around $80 an hour and does go up. But if you have it so that it's like so many hours, let's say 6+ hours, there is a slight discount and it goes up as it gets higher. So there are bulk packages, and we need to look at what's accessible, what's possible there. Then I need to see how many hours the session would be. So if someone wants me to come and have a session with them for just a couple hours, it's not enough, right? It doesn't work. It's not going to be enough for me to make. I'd like to make between $800 and $1,000 minimum per day. Yeah, so that can get kind of pricey. And looking at how many hours that would be, one person may not be able to take all, pay that much for a day. So then I have a link that I'll post somewhere. You'll find it. If you would like me to travel to and you want to come in with other people, I have a list of people who I'm trying to collect to see, who all wants to come and me to come to their city. So maybe like a group of about 4 people might want me to come to, for example, Atlanta, and I'd be happy to come and see all of you. And we can get those many hours, and I can make my minimum for that day with a bunch of people. So that's just for me, like my take home. Then we need to look at flights. So if it's just one person that's inviting me out, then the flight needs to be paid for. And then we look at hotel, right? Since, most spaces I don't have anywhere to stay, and so I would need for you to pay for the accommodations for that. Something that I can take care of myself would be my food. I mean, I'd love to have support around that, but that's something that's kind of some wiggle room for me, and I can take care of myself. So very quickly it starts to add up, right? And you're looking at probably around $600 to $800 just for like travel and accommodations, depending on how many days I'm there, and then of course the hourly rate. So, and again, if we can bring a bunch of people in together to help, divide the costs, that's something I'm really excited about, making it. I would love to see that happen, but I kind of it's helpful if I have one person that's like the heavy hitter, right? The one person that's like, okay, I'm going to take 6 hours. Like, yes, I'm going to do that. Or 8 hours. Like if someone gets a big chunk, then it's easier for me to feel more enthusiastic about it, and then like set other people up around that one person. So I think that's about it. This is kind of one of those hard conversations to have. I do struggle talking about money and my worth and how much I believe that I should be, earn and get paid when I travel. So I do have this voice speaking to me right now of people who are in my life who tell me that I definitely charge too little for these days. Like $1,000 a day is like nothing. Oh my gosh, that's you know, you're so cheap. And then I have other, like, some clients who are like, I can't afford that. That's too much money. So like, I have these voices that are there, of course, speaking, and I hear them. And then, of course, I forgot to mention that I do have overnight. So if, let's say you want a day and then evening, then the overnight fee, I have gone up a little bit on that. It's about $500, depending on, again, particular needs in the evenings and all of that. But it's sleeping in the same bed together, which can feel really nice to have a person in your bed. And in the end, let's say someone does schedule me, like I've had 8 and 10 hour session days, what it starts to look like, because I'm like, oh my gosh, are you cuddling for 10 hours? Well, yes and no. You know, during meals we're able to eat. But what it is, it's more about companionship. And really what it looks like, let's say if I come for a weekend with you, it's about being like having a companion. I would love to spend that weekend with you and have the time for us to kind of just flow. And I imagine cuddling, eating together, going on walks and holding hands, spending time together, where there's a lot of affection and touch and kindness and like just the nurture that's able to be there when another human being cares and wants to be with you. So that's kind of like what it's all about. But getting through like the logistics and the money and all of that can feel really heavy and hard, because we have feelings about money and paying for affection and kindness and care. On the call I had this morning, there was a moment when, you know, I can feel the hard conversation around like, this price is not accessible to me, and I experienced that. I can see, I mean, I don't know if I could afford something like that easily. But what I found when I shared, like, the thing that maybe many of you don't know, I'm a mother. I have 4 children that are still in school, that I'm essentially paying for everything for. You know, I have my home, I have a life. This is my full-time thing. This is what I do. This is what I love. And I just noticed a sense of like a shift in the conversation, like, well, that makes sense, right? So I wish there was a world in which I could do this and not have to pay, or not have to be paid, or I could just do this, you know, easy come, easy go kind of life, but that's not what it is now. So if this is of interest to you, please contact me, of course. I'm, you know, looking for opportunities to meet new people and to travel and support each other. Essentially, that's what this ends up looking like, and make it work. All right. Thank you.